Throw it down to the guy who was just doing interviews laying on his back. I love that. I appreciate that. We look at the men's team score, 50 to the 21 events, and it is tight between Arkansas and the home team. Alabama has jumped up ahead of Texas A&M by 1 point, but still half a dozen events left before we determine the team title. Now we have the men's 400-meter hurdles, and, well, as good as it is, and as many good runners as we have, 3 of the top 10 in the national list, it certainly lacks the charisma of the women's event. But there is Eric Futch of Florida, 2016, the SEC best, and he comes in here currently second on the national list. Back upstairs.
And, John, that's who we will look at first in lane 5. Eric Futch, the Florida junior, with that 49.45. It's taking a while for this event to get going in the conference.
I will add this. Hands full, though, for Eric Futch. He's got Robert Grant from Texas A&M, just a sophomore, improving a great deal this year. Looked great in his heats. He closes very well, does Grant. His last 100 meters are often strong. Let's see if Futch has a lead with 300 meters gone in this race. Each hurdle 3.5 feet high, and you've got these athletes average about 13 steps over the hurdle. Excuse me, they're 3 feet high. These guys average 13 steps in almost all cases from the first hurdle to the 7th hurdle, and then fatigue sets in. Coaches counsel them to change to 14 steps. Some guys even over the last hurdle will go to 15 strides. So you got to be a bit of an engineer to kind of think about this. This is Grant, who has really come on the national scene, and 3 of the top 4 400-meter hurdlers in the country are in the SEC conference and are in this race.
Grant is a transfer from the University of Miami, and he was part of their 4x400 team, the A&M's team, indoors in Birmingham back in March. So Futch in 5, Grant in 6, but plenty of opportunity for some other guys to break through. Again, a little late coming to this 400-meter hurdles as far as time is concerned in this conference. Also, with the 400, we still haven't seen anybody under 45 seconds. At this meet last year, we had 4 guys who had already been under 45.
These guys ran 50.13 to 52.12 seconds to get to this final.
Moving on, in the inside, Kamar Moat of Arkansas out pretty quickly. Now here comes Eddie Futch and Robert Grant out there as well. You can see who's in the lead by who goes over the hurdle first. Right now it appears to be Robert Grant of A&M, but Eddie Futch now making up some room.
Now here comes Grant. It looks to me like Futch has run really well on the outside.
But on the outside's T.J. Holmes of Florida. Out in lane 8, now can he keep his race together as Futch and Grant are chasing him. And Grant stumbles over the 10th hurdle, or Holmes, I should say, over the last hurdle, and Futch ends up winning it down in lane 5, but it was T.J. Holmes out in lane 8 who was really making that race until the 10th hurdle. 49.24, so not a collegiate best, but a season best for Futch, and something a little more respectable for the event. But T.J. Holmes, I keep saying, he was out there in lane 8 all by himself, and those guys, Grant and Holmes, were on Futch, whoa, we better catch this guy. Had he not clipped that 10th hurdle, I think he wins the race.
You know, Futch now has the 2nd and 3rd fastest times collegiately in the country. Only Byron Robertson from Texas is slightly faster. And look at the stumble on the left of your screen by T.J. Holmes coming off that hurdle. Fatigue sets in. You've got to gauge your steps. Look at him crash that hurdle. And even the stumble was there by Grant, or he would have been closer to Futch by the finish. Congratulations to those guys.